Previously in the Brotherverse.
All right, well, this is my home here. In the morning, he's going to take you to the main town. It's called Bellion. I'm so sorry that you had to learn about my wife's passing that way. Charlotte's in danger. Annabelle, she kidnapped her. I've come across a few fragments of her memory in the castle.
I'm gonna throw the orbs at Annabelle.
And then you see, like, this huge blinding light. Mother? And you recognize this woman as Dee. The next thing you know, you're all waking up in Jimmy John's house.
I guess it wasn't all a dream.
So let's get started here. So you guys are waking up from Jimmy John's, and the first thing we're going to do is level up. Level 2.
Level up! Level 2.
Ready to go, level 2. Yeah, who do we want to start with? How about we start with you, Chris, because yours is going to take the least amount of time.
Yeah, I feel like I get 2 new things. Yay, done. Next.
Yeah, you do get to roll for more hit points, though.
Ooh.
So,
All right.
So I'm pretty sure what it is like whatever your hit dice is, which I think is a D12. You're going to roll that, add your Constitution modifier, and you'll add that total to your current hit points.
So I've heard of a safety rule, by the way, that like if you roll super shitty, you can just take like the 50% margin as well. So
Yes.
if he's rolling D12, you can just take a 6. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's like what in the book they basically say. It's like you can roll and do a D12 or 6.
Yep.
And what's your Constitution modifier?
3.
3? Not bad.
So I roll my dice and
Not
add 3.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me channel my ancestors and their orcish dice rolling powers. Damn it! Fuck my ancestors. Got a 4.
All right, so you get a 6
you
plus
take
3. So you get 9. You get 9 added to whatever
Hey.
your current hit points are.
Yeah, the good news is you just added my entire hit points to your hit points.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you get a D12, that's very generous. Yeah, a bard has like a D8, or sorry, a halfling or bard or whatever
a
has
D8.
D8. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Tell us what you get, your 2 new abilities.
I get Reckless Attack. I can throw aside all concern for defense to attack with fierce desperation.
I like that.
I like that
Make
it's
your first
desperation.
attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, but attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. So isn't this just like, this sounds like rage, but worse.
I mean, it's so you gain advantage. I mean, when you're raging, you basically get like +2 to your like attack roll, but this gives you like a full advantage to an attack roll.
Got it.
So
You can just go,
it's
I
more
will
likely to
rage
hit.
recklessly.
Yeah,
can
no,
use
that's
it-
exactly what you do.
Oh, my first attack on my turn.
Yeah, and you can use it like as much as you want. Like you can recklessly attack every single turn if you want to. If you want everybody to have advantage against you.
If you want to be that kind of person.
Considering I'm a drunk, I'm probably going to just
Yeah.
recklessly.
No, it's very
fire.
satisfying, especially when it's a bunch of like weak people. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be reckless every single time because even if they gain advantage, I'm a tank. I'm not gonna take this.
Can I also use it against like beverages and food, like recklessly drink and recklessly eat?
So in the technical term, it's only with attack rolls, but I do wish that it was like if you were arguing with someone, you could verbally recklessly attack them, which would be great because you'd be attacking verbally with desperation.
I just want to like recklessly open doors and recklessly walk upstairs.
I mean, you can choose to do that. It doesn't need to be an ability. You can
Okay, good.
be
I
reckless.
could always do that.
Yeah. You had it in you the whole time.
Oh. All right, and I got danger.
That sounds
sense.
dangerous to the rest of the party.
Yeah. I know. You opened up a whole new door of just poor possibilities.
Yeah. Like, oh, we got a really important artifact. And he's like, I pick it up recklessly.
Yeah.
Oh no, everybody hide.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm level 2. This is just who I am now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a tween. He's a very reckless tween.
Yeah.
Level 2 is my teenage years.
Yeah. It's selfish and reckless.
In orc years, half orc years.
Yeah.
Figuring himself out.
And I get danger sense. Uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be. Give me an edge when I dodge away from danger. I have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. I can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Damn.
Can't be blackout.
You have it's
Yeah.
Spidey
So you're
senses.
saying that like you can't be blinded or whatever in order for that to take effect.
Right. In order to use
Not okay, gotcha. Not that
Oh.
you can't
not that I
become
just-
blinded.
Yeah,
or
I thought
whatever.
you were immune from all of those. I was like, Jesus, that's powerful.
So if someone sprays acid in your eyes, you sense it and you can't be blinded.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just
My
wipe it
eyes-
away and go, try again.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to do that, so it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like danger sense. Danger sense can be really helpful sometimes.
So how do I invoke that? Like, do I have to actually say, like, I'm...
You just kind of have to remember to use it. Like if something happens and be like, "Oh, I could see that. I have danger sense."
So I have
gain.
to say I'm using
know.
my danger sense.
Yes, exactly. Or
You
just
take a
be
step into the danger sense. No.
like- Yeah. All right. So I think that's it. We got abilities and we got health points upgraded for you. That should be everything. So I think Dylan is the second least complicated.
Second lamest. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this.
Oh
I
no,
think the-
mine's complicated.
I think the sorcerer is mildly more complicated than the bard.
Probably.
think.
I haven't figured out what one thing is yet. So yes.
All right.
My dude gets 2 new things. So I get Jack of all trades, which
Yes.
is an ability where I can add half of my proficiency bonus, rounded down, to any ability check or other roll that doesn't already involve a proficiency bonus.
So for you, that would be 1, correct? You have a
Right, yeah,
proficiency bonus of 2.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can add 1 to any ability check now.
Yeah, that's nice.
But so does that mean, like, if I'm already proficient in something, I can't add it to it, right?
Yeah, it's basically everything
Okay.
you're proficient in, you get +2. Everything else, you get +1.
Well, that's still nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, statistically, it's going to go in your favor, for sure.
and the other one I get is Song of Rest, where if we take a short rest, I get to play a song for us while we, like, rest. And anyone who hears it gets to add, if they roll to, is it they roll their hit dice to, like, add back hit points for a short rest?
Yes.
And when they do that, they get to do an extra 1d6
Sweet.
from me,
Nice.
so they can add back more health. Yeah.
Is it restful for you, too? Sounds like a lot of work for you.
I would think not. I
don't
think
know,
that you,
actually.
you don't.
No, it
get
actually
the
says
plus-
it says if you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance
Ah.
regain hit points at the end of a short rest, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6. hit
So I
points.
guess
All right.
I guess I can do it for myself.
playing is restful for you, probably.
It
It
says
is.
I can use soothing music or oration to help revitalize my wounded allies.
So like slam poetry.
That, or I can just, like, I don't know, rattle off random Wikipedia knowledge to you guys for like
Yeah.
an hour while you're trying to sleep, and then I feel great about it afterwards.
Yeah.
What is Wikipedia? Is that a race? Is that a... Never
Yeah,
been there.
the Wikipedians.
Now I need to write that down. That should be a race.
The
That would be really cool,
Wikipedians are
actually.
very
The,
knowledgeable.
the wikis.
The wikis. Sounds like a race. I like it.
It is. Yeah.
I also get another spell slot for first level, and I get to learn a new spell. Then I guess I get to also roll for health. So
Yes.
I'll roll my d8 for my health. I'll take the 4. Thank you very much, because I rolled a 3. And then I'll add my constitution plus 1. Okay. So I get to add 4 to my health. Yay. See, Chris, I'm sorry, I get to add 5 to my health.
What's your max?
14.
Nice.
What is yours?
24.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours first.
It's a
Let's
secret.
compare scars.
Never ask a half orc about his hit points. think that's the nerdiest phrase that's ever come out of my mouth.
Yeah. All right, and so what spell are you going to take?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Unseen Servant,
Yes.
which it allows me to create an invisible, mindless, shapeless force that performs simple tasks at my command until the spell ends. The servant springs
Oh,
into
yes.
existence in an unoccupied space on the ground within range. It has a AC 10, 1 hit point, and a strength of 2, and it can't attack.
But it actually has an AC. It can be attacked. That's awesome.
It can be attacked, and if it gets hit at all, it just dies immediately.
I just
But
think it's funny. Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, as a bonus action on every turn, I can mentally command it to move up to 15 feet and interact with shits, but like it can't do anything like helpful. It can just like clean things, fetch things, fold clothes, light fires, serve food, and pour wine.
That sounds awesome.
Ooh, pour wine.
Yes. Just make it always do that.
Yeah.
I think you need a name for this servant of yours.
Oh, it'll
you can
come.
make it
It'll
different every
come.
time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
You
guess
say-
it's
don't
made
know.
by my mind, so I guess it can be the same person every time.
Yeah.
Or I could just make it a new servant every
No,
time.
that's what I'm saying. It
Like
should
that'd
be
be-
different every time. It should, and then you rename it whenever you make one.
It's it's basically a Meeseeks box that I have now.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, great.
but invisible. Yeah, and I guess it lasts for an hour if I want it to.
Holy
So-
shit. That is a long time.
Yup.
I just love the idea that it can exist during battle but can't do anything.
Be
You
like,
can
just
make it
hold my
cheer for
flag
us.
and wave it in the
Yeah.
background. Yeah.
hold my beer.
Oh, I have to use
hold my
that.
mead.
If we
Yeah.
run
Hold
into
me.
something, I can conjure a servant just to
Hold
say,
my
"Hold my
grog."
beer."
Hold my beer.
That's wonderful. Also, Eric, do you know what this means? So it says ritual next to the spell.
Yeah. So ritual is, I think, that outside of combat, you can cast that without expending a spell slot.
Oh, sweet. What? So I can just do that all the time.
And it might be once... I feel like I should look that up as we talk to Ryan about his stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can figure it out later.
All right. So, Ryan, do you want to... Have you looked at your stuff? Do you know what you're going to be doing to level up? We can at least start with your hit points.
Okay, yeah, I'm 1d6 plus. What was it?
D6, damn. You're worse off than this little halfling.
Yeah, not great. A 1d6 plus my constitution. Or 4 if I roll like garbage. Oh, 5. That's cool. Plus
Nice.
2. So I get 7.
So, what's your max hit points now?
I'm now at 15.
You're one better than Dylan.
I'm still the weakest.
All right.
Yay!
Staying ahead. Not bad. Okay. So yeah, there's that. And then I get a new feature, Font of Magic,
Flaunt.
which means what?
What was the first word? Font.
Font.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I learn a new font.
Like the Harry
Times
Potter
New Roman.
like font?
Yeah. Yeah. But basically it means I get sorcery points. So I get 2 sorcery points, which I can trade in for spell slots if I already have expended spell slots.
That's cool.
Sounds
Yeah,
like it's like
which
your
is-
oh,
own
yeah.
like mental currency.
Yeah, exactly. I just think really hard, and then I get another spell slot.
Yeah. The stock prices for sorcery points are way up today.
Rolling big in it.
Yeah.
I don't know where to keep track of these though. I don't know if anyone else knows what the deal is with this because I don't see any sort of
Like on
like
your sheet?
spot for it.
Make your own spot.
Put it
Yeah,
in
you
my
can
hand.
basically write it wherever you want
Yeah.
Cool.
in an open text box on your sheet.
Tattoo it on your forehead.
Then I have
Yes.
to get it removed when I use them and then add it back in if I when I get them
I don't know,
back.
it seems worth it though. I don't,
Big hassle.
Seems easy for a sorcerer.
I finally get some use out of this laser tattoo removal
Yeah.
kit that I
Do you have a coupon or something?
Yeah, that's like bought
Yeah.
this on Groupon.
It was a Groupon
Groupon for laser tattoo removal.
with all of the other sorcerers who
Do you even have a tattoo? Or you just this was a good deal.
it was just a good deal.
He thought it would make it easier to get the final first tattoo. He was really hesitant to get that first one.
Yeah, at least he knew that he could get it removed.
So, yeah, it could get removed. Then it's better.
Yeah. So then, other than that, I get another spell slot and another spell.
Word.
So, and I still have to choose between the level ones, right? As far as spells are concerned,
Yes.
because that's different than like spell slot. Like level 2 slots are actually like level 4, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
3 or 4. You start getting them, I think.
Yeah, I think you get your first second level spell slot at level 3.
Cool. You know what? I might go with the tried and true magic missile.
Hey, I like it.
All right.
Do tell.
Never fails, yeah. Huh?
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I've got an idea. But tell me what it is.
Let it, Chris. I want to hear what you think magic missile is.
Well, I'm guessing. Long shot here. But I'm going to guess it's some sort of missile that's made of magic that you can shoot at people.
That is just
pretty
so
much
far
correct.
off, it couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
Some sort of
It's
weaponized
3
magic
missiles.
torpedo.
Yeah.
3 of them. Whoa. Why isn't it magic
I think-
missiles?
is-
Is it?
It actually means that I
Is it-
get to take a nap when I want to, and
I got some magic missile. I
I-
fall asleep.
I think-
instantly I fall
think
asleep.
It is a small green plant conjured with magic that you hold above a lady's head, and they have to kiss you.
The magic mistletoe.
Yes. Isn't all mistletoe magic?
Yes.
It's a magical season.
man, now I want magic mistletoe.
Yeah.
I
We'll
cast
find some for
magic
you.
Mistletoe.
That's not what I'm gonna use whenever I use minor illusion. That's probably what I'm gonna go for.
Yeah.
That's why
That
I'm
would
gonna.
be very disarming to a bad guy.
Yeah.
Make that appear. It's magic mistletoe.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna call charm person from now
shucks.
Yeah. All right. So while we're pausing here too, I did want to say with rituals, you can cast them. It takes you 10 minutes to cast a ritual, and it does not expend a spell slot.
on. Dope. Okay. Cool.
That's basically it.
I'm gonna be like, everybody, hold up, wait 10 minutes, and then Unseen Servant's gonna appear, and I'm gonna hand him my beer and be like, all right, continue your conversation.
Exactly.
And
But he lasts for an hour, so you can think like, oh, I feel a battle coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Get out my
cast
unseen
this,
servant.
make the servant.
So he can run errands for me while I'm battling.
Yeah. I want to know, like, is the unseen servant like sentient, or is it just totally mindless?
I think it literally says the word mindless. Yeah, it says
Okay.
mindless.
Okay.
But you know, like, I have hope for him. He might. Have
Yeah,
some
I want it to question its existence.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, now you're starting to sound like the butter robot in Rick
Yeah.
and Morty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh
well,
my
no, it's
God.
love, buddy.
Yeah. What is my purpose? Hold my beer. Oh God.
Oh God. All right. Sweet. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up all the leveling up, unless anyone has anything else that I am forgetting.
No, I don't think
I
so.
think that might
No?
be it.
All right, everyone's cool. Cool.
Well, that was pretty painless. That wasn't too
yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's not too bad. It'll get more complicated, but you know what? It is the big thing now that you're leveling up is you gotta remember to use the things that you got.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
Words of wisdom.
yeah. You know, always remember what you have to offer. So you all are in Jimmy John's house, and we'll say that you're walking down the stairs and you see Jimmy John in the kitchen with Charlotte, and they are cooking you breakfast.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So Jimmy John turns around and he says, Oh, I'm glad to see you're awake here. I hope you've had a nice slumber up in my extra bedroom there. You guys have a good night's sleep?
It was weird.
Yeah.
Real weird sleep, Jimmy John.
I don't think I slept great, Jimmy John.
Oh, that's unfortunate to hear.
Smells really
And
good. What's cooking, Jimmy John? Smells delicious.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got some old bacon and eggs and taters for you, all from my garden and from my animals.
Oh,
It's not
Animals
sandwiches.
being
not
chicken.
sandwiches.
Not this morning. Unless you want a
Whoa.
breakfast sandwich, I could throw all this on a nice piece of Jimmy John's bread.
Well, that seems appropriate. I mean,
That sounds pretty good.
All right, when in Jimmy John's.
said Jimmy John.
Do as the Jimmy Johns
Yeah,
do.
this cast brought to you by Jimmy John's, if that wasn't obvious.
This whole series.
Yeah.
Eventually
Sponsor us,
sponsored
Jimmy
by
John.
Jimmy
Sponsor
John's.
us. Sponsor
Yeah,
us.
They're our theoretical
sponsor us.
sponsor.
yeah. Fantasy sponsor.
Theoretical fantasy sponsor. All right.
All right, so he picks out some bread and he puts a nice layer of potatoes and then the bacon and the eggs and puts some of his world famous Dijon mustard on there. Not his wife, just Dijon mustard.
It's his old wife mustard on
Yeah.
And his wife just like lays down and starts
his
rubbing
wife's
around.
name.
Yeah,
His wife's name is
No, I-
Dijon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric,
those
we
who've
got the
forgotten.
joke. The last.
Those were forgotten. God damn it!
Oh,
You just had to over sexualize it.
No, well, okay.
or whatever.
You hinted at it first. It wasn't just
Nay, I say to you,
fell into
that
a
is
trap
incorrect.
there.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
Yeah, okay. He puts his world
Yeah, it
famous
is your fault.
Dijon mustard.
Shame
not
on all
wife
of you.
mustard.
Yeah,
Okay. That's a good looking sandwich, Jimmy John.
yeah, it was great, and he just throws it down in front of you. And he
Why are
sits
you so
down.
angry all of a sudden, Jimmy John?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I feel like you aren't taking to all the stuff that I've given you in the last day.
All right, well,
You
I
haven't
take
been
the
very-
sandwich and I eat it because I really
Yeah.
don't care about social cues at all. So
Yeah, perfect. All right. And Jimmy John says his weird bread prayer again, just to anoint all the food that you're about to eat. And you guys have a lovely breakfast in his kitchen. And then he says to you, all right, well, if you're all ready, I think it's about time to head into town and we can try and figure out more about your boy's past.
Yeah,
Okay.
our boys.
Yeah. Us
Let's hit
boys.
Yeah.
We.
All right.
Chris, we dem boys.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were talking about like our child, like figure out about your boys. Like, do we have a shared son that I don't know about?
Yeah.
it's like, oh
That
man, I
That'd
don't
be
know.
a nice M. Night Shyamalan twist, yeah.
I don't even know
Is there
who
an
I am.
apostrophe?
Now I have a son. God,
Yeah.
a lot of responsibility to figure out.
I don't even know who I am. How am I supposed to help a younger man figure out who he is?
But yes, let's go. Let's go to
All
town,
right.
Jimmy John.
All right, so he exits the house and he says, Charlotte, honey, if you could stay here and watch over the house and the gardens, I'm going to take these fine gentlemen into town. So he escorts the rest of you out the door, and you hop in his cart, and he yells, "Yeah!" And you start moving down the dusty trail.
So
right.
how far into town, Jimmy John?
It's like, oh, it's only about an hour.
Oh,
We
boy, Jesus,
we
that was
can
a
we can make
lot
quick
longer
time
than
of
I
this.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Yeah.
Do we have any card games or anything? Or like, did someone bring their Game Boy?
Yeah.
Fantasy Game Boy?
I can tell you all about how I grow my tomatoes.
That sounds riveting.
Yeah. Over the course of the next hour, Jimmy John tells you the most riveting tale and
About tomatoes.
about tomatoes, the planting, the harvesting. You've never been so entranced in a story before. And before you know it,
I'm gonna write this down that I know everything about tomatoes now.
yeah. You know what? That's fair. If someone were to ask you if you know how to grow tomatoes, you can say, yes,
I
know how to
absolutely do.
make. Yeah. Boy, do I.
I could write the goddamn Wikipedia page on tomatoes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still blown away that that's a fruit.
Yeah. We've all learned something.
In fact,
today.
I'm gonna put that in my proficiencies chart.
Yeah, tomatoes. Yeah, you may
tomatoes.
all add tomatoes to your proficiency, but only in like an academic sense, not in practicality.
I only know the theory of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah, if you guys want to come back next season, he can teach you the practicality of growing.
We can do some tomato field work.
Yes, exactly.
Is there a lab, like a 2-hour lab for tomatoes?
Yeah, it's Tomatoes 102.
Yeah.
It's the lab session.
It isn't until you really get your hands on the tomatoes that you really feel like you know the tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basic 102.
Can I drink the tomatoes?
You fail Tomatoes 101. Cross out the proficiency.
That's one of the three laws of tomatoes. Tomato is solid.
Yeah. Don't drink tomato.
I meant,
unless
could I
first fully
ferment the
blended.
tomato?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, do I
Got a
pass
lot
it?
of sugar. You can ferment anything with sugars in it.
I have sugars, Greg. Can you ferment me?
I hope not. All right. So the next hour goes pretty quickly as he tells you all about his tomatoes. And before you know it, you're coming up to what you can see in the distance are some large building-like shapes. And so you're starting to come up to what you believe is the town. And as you approach it, you can see that there is kind of a central area that it appears like kind of a medieval town. Everything's made of stone and straw and wood. There's some people walking around. There's some farm animals about. And what you see is that the center of town that you're coming up to looks very nice, like very like built up, polished. But as you move out from the center, things start to get a little dilapidated and like ruined, like outright ruined. Like there could have even been a battle there or something.
Is this Detroit?
Yes. Yeah, you got it. Damn it! Now I have to rewrite all of this. You just ruined the arc.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that was it. That was the big reveal. Damn it. All right. But yeah, so you come up in this town, and Jimmy John says,
Jimmy-san.
Jimmy Jimmy John says, This is the town of Bellion. He's like, I'm just gonna bring you in, and if you have any questions before I drop you off, ask them now. But I feel like you boys better maybe go to the bar, the constable, or something.
ooh, the
where there's
bar.
a
Yeah,
bunch
been
of
great
people.
knowing you, Jimmy John. Let's go to the bar. All right, see you later. Thanks for
Yeah, he's
everything.
like, so I'll escort you in, but I can try to show you around, but I'm not really sure where to start to help
The
you
bar.
boys out. We might just
Start
start
at the
talking
bar.
to some people. Okay, well, on to the bar it is. And so he wheels his cart into town, and as you go through, like you said, you see a lot of people just kind of walking and minding their own business, just heads to the ground, walking. And there's a few people who see you and seem a bit off-put. You see a couple people who are walking by, and they look at you and then immediately glance back at the ground, or people who look at you and start talking or like close their windows and doors sort of thing. And so Jimmy John, he pulls his cart up to the local bar, and he ties up his horses and leaves his cart there, and he says, all right, well, this is it. Might as well go in and grab a drink and maybe talk to some folk and see what's going on.
Don't have to
So
tell me twice.
He leads you into the bar. So you enter the bar, and you hear everybody talking as you enter the bar. And when you cross the plane of the door, you kind of look in, and there's a bunch of wooden tables, and there's like a stone bar with a wood top at the back, and standing behind it is a barman. And there's a bunch of large wooden barrels lined up on the wall with taps. And as you enter, everyone's talking, and they go silent for a second and look at you. And then they go back to what they're doing. And so Jimmy John just looks at you like nothing's happening. So it's like, all right, well, he's like, let's go get a drink then. And he escorts you all to the bar. And he just waves at the bartender. He's like, bartender, good sir. He's like, could you get 4 ales for my friends and I here?
5.
And 5. Can we get 5 ales for my 3 friends, my 1 large friend here? And so the barman says like, oh yes, right away. So he goes over to the tap and he fills 5 large mugs of ale and puts them down on the table for a second and wipes up the like spilt area around it with a rag, and then takes the glasses and hands one to Jimmy John and puts the other 4 in front of you.
I down one of them.
I
Fair
grab
enough.
a beer. I grab a beer and start sipping on it. But then I also say, "Hey, Jimmy John. Seems
Yeah.
like everyone's kind of looking at us funny.
Like, oh,
Do you know why?
yeah, this town has been through a lot. They're a little hesitant to trust outsiders sometimes. So
Okay. I mean, understandable. I'm trying to figure out if we are outsiders or if we are some sort of insiders that, like, fuck something up.
it's like, well, I guess that's what we're here to find out. I mean, I've been around here for a fairly long time, and I'm not familiar with you. So
Okay.
I've maybe there's someone who is familiar with you. I mean, you were found outside of this, not very far outside of this town, so you had to have gotten there somehow. Maybe there's someone here who knows how.
Do you know all these people, Jimmy John?
I know most of them. Yes, a lot of them are customers of mine. You know, nothing goes with a good beer like a good sandwich.
Yeah, you could turn it off for now, Jimmy John. You don't need to sell to us.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You know, we always got to be hustling.
Jimmy John always on that grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ain't selling, you ain't making money.
I turn around and look out at the bar. Like, what sort of people? How many people are in this bar? First of all,
I would say like 10 or 15.
Okay.
And a lot of them are just like kind of normal people. Just some of them look a little more down on their luck than others. But for a town that's kind of in the middle of nowhere, everyone seems pretty well dressed, I guess. And
This is morning, right?
yes,
There's
this is
15
morning.
people in the bar in the morning.
Yeah. There's 15 people in the bar in the morning.
Oh, it's my whole town.
I think we might be in Oric's hometown.
Yeah.
These are my people.
So yeah, and they're all just conversing, but I mean, there's no one that's really like standing out. They look like kind of normal townspeople.
okay.
All right, I down my second beer, and then I yell out to everyone at the bar, does anyone know who we are?
And everyone just goes quiet. And the bartender says like, "Sir, I would calm yourself."
I'm calm.
And everyone is kind of quiet and looking at you.
Is that a no?
They don't necessarily look scared. They just look like they've stopped their talking and just kind of looking at you expectantly.
Guess that's a no then, huh? Nobody.
Yeah.
We are looking back expectantly.
Yeah. So
Uh,
at that moment, Orc, you feel yourself becoming a bit dizzy.
Well, yeah,
I
I
did just
chugged
down 2 beers in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but like,
expected.
but you, yeah, I mean, you know, you're a drinker. You know how to hold your liquor. This is more. You start to feel hazy and fading.
Has anybody else? Who else tried the beer?
I
So
look
I-
around to see if there's anyone who looks like they're like whispering under their breath or like saying sort of any sort of enchantment to see if they're messing with Orc.
Yeah, they're like whispering to each other, but they're more just like looking at you, waiting.
All right, I'm gonna.
And so,
I'm gonna use my
Dylan,
dangerous-
you sip the drink. Okay,
I sipped the drink. Yeah.
So you definitely feel like something is amiss. Like something is kind of unnatural. Like you've been in a lot of bars. This isn't a normal bar scene. And Haku, I assume that you also were drinking.
Yeah, I basically just stuck my tongue in it and left it like hanging out in there.
Yeah.
Does anybody else feel
So
weird?
So, Orc, you get hazy, and then you drop to the ground. And then, Yenri and Haku, you start feeling a little bit fuzzy as well. And
Jimmy John, something's up. Something's wrong with the beer. Have you
What's
drank
happening?
the beer?
And Jimmy John just looks at you and he says, like, I'm really sorry. He's like, this was really the only way to make sure that you weren't going to try and run.
Oh shit, you're in on it.
And so
No, Jimmy John.
the bartender,
Disappointing.
and he just kind of like looks sadly. He's like, I'm so sorry. And everyone in the bar kind of gets up and starts just walking out of the bar, except for like 2 or 3 people. And then the bartender just says to Jimmy John, "Is like, thank you for bringing them in. This was definitely the best decision." And Haku and Yenri, you feel yourselves fade into darkness.
I
knew
I
I would.
grab onto Jimmy John's collar as I'm passing out and just slipping down his body, going, "No, no, why, no."
And you see a little tear in his eye. Like he looks sad. He looks like he's really betrayed your trust.
No.
I imagine that I do the sit down, lay down, like from that hunting game that we used to
Yeah.
play.
Wait, what?
That was
Wow.
an intensely inside joke. Yeah.
For those of you who
So
don't know what it is, it might have been Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail
and it-
4.
and it's-
I
that's
think.
right.
Yeah,
Oregon
when you
Trail
when you
4.
shoot a bear, it sits down before laying down when it dies.
So the only way you could tell if you had actually killed a bear was it would do the old sit down, lay down.
Yeah,
And this is how I imagine myself going down.
perfect. Gently.
Like a bear from Oregon
Yeah.
Trail.
For Oregon
4.
Trail 4.
Yeah.
I dropped to the ground like a bear from Oregon Trail 4.
Yeah.
You guys haven't heard that metaphor before?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's pretty much a synonym for gently and distinguished.
Yeah, that sounds like a good rap lyric.
Yeah. Sit down, lay down.
No, I dropped to the ground.
Dropped
like
to the
a
ground
bear.
like a bear from Oregon Trail 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds
That's
good right
amazing.
now.
So as I fade, I threw out that line. It was the first line of my new rap. And then
All
I
right.
fall asleep.
Buy my EP. All right, so you black out.
Cool.
You guys have done a lot of blacking out so far in this
Yeah,
adventure.
can't be healthy.
You blacked out for first 20 years. 2, you had a weird fever dream that was kind of like a blackout. And now you're doing it again.
Hey, man.
I
Story of
feel
my
like
life.
we just
Story of my
keep
life.
walking, into traps and other things.
And it's all been with Jimmy John so far. I think we should get away from that guy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, guys, I think I was right about the addition of Oregon Trail that we owned.
Yeah.
Wait, now I want to find
More
something-
importantly,
More importantly, I think I got the addition of Oregon Trail correct.
If we can continue to throw in Oregon Trail 4 Edition 4 references,
yeah, no, it's Oregon Trail 4E. 4th edition.
40.
it's a lot of
That's-
crossovers between that and fantasy role playing 5e.
I was about to say, we're not playing 5E, we're just playing Oregon Trail 4E.
Well, really, it kind of seems that way because we've just been riding in a covered wagon for the last 2 episodes.
this has just been Oregon Trail 40.
Oh my god, it's Oregon Trail.
I'm not going to want to be one of those moms that post my babies on Facebook all the time. But this is
not
just
gonna
too
be-
cute.
Yeah. So, you're not going to be one of those moms, Chris.
Yeah. But how do you know if the kid exists if they're not on Facebook?
Pavlov's social baby.
Yeah. Pavlov's?
What? Oh, Schrodinger's baby.
Yeah. Schrodinger's baby.
Pavlov's baby would be teaching the baby to ring a
You
bell?
ring a
so the
bell
kid-
and it pisses on command.
So it drools every time you ring a bell, isn't that what?
Yeah. Yeah, Schrodinger's baby.
So you lock your baby in a box, and you don't know if it's still alive.
Yeah.
That's
Unless you
Schrodinger.
post on Facebook.
But you know that you're a bad parent.
But what is it? Both alive and not alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
that's
what if
I
you
guess
post
that's-
the picture of the box on Facebook?
Then the box exists.
Yeah.
I wonder what the cops would have to say about this.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. It's Pavlov's baby.
Yeah.
Pavlov's baby. Like, sir, I think you have the wrong.
Sir, you've committed a crime here of comedy. It's not the right reference.
That's not the right reference.
Yeah.
Baby is both ringing and not ringing the bell in the box. And there's a dog in the box also.
Yeah. And it would be Pavlov's
And a
box.
cat.
Pavlov's dog box.
Yeah. If you ring a bell, you don't know if the dog is salivating or not.
Havdingers.
Pavdinger's box dog. Yeah.
Pavlov's box dog.
Dinger's box dog.
If this was actually all part of the episode, that'd be a great episode. Pavdinger's box dog.
There's the name of the podcast. Pavdinger's box
Dinger's
dog.
box dog. I
Screw-
love that.
Havdinger's box dog.
Pavdinger's box dog.
If you ring a bell, the box is both salivating and not salivating.
Yeah.